What's up, Rangers Nation, and welcome back to another video on the Texas Rangers Report. And we have some breaking news as the Texas Rangers have signed Delino DeShields to a minor league contract with an invite to spring training. And this is, I think, a solid signing. There's no risk involved. We bring back a familiar face to the Rangers organization. We traded Delino in the offseason of 2019 for Corey Kluber. We traded him to the Indians. That deal didn't really pan out for anybody, as Kluber is with the Yankees. He pitched one inning for us, and the Shields didn't really have a good year for the Indians. We also traded relief pitcher Emmanuel Clase to the Indians as well. Clase didn't really do too much. He still has potential, but he had like a suspension, didn't really get to pitch too much last season. So that trade was really a wash for both teams. Yeah, getting back to the DeShields signing, I think this is a really good move. He is not on the major league roster. He's not on the active roster. He's not on the 40-man. But I still think this is a solid signing because there's no risk, and it could be a good reward. But we still have to remember, Leody Taveras is the future at center field, so we can't expect the Shields to take the center field job from Leody. We still have to remember what the Rangers are trying to do here. I think with this signing, it gives competition for the starting center field job for the start of the year, because Leody, he may not be ready to start at center field to begin the 2021 season. So that gives competition to bring out the best in both Leody and DeShields. And then if Taveras isn't ready and DeShields is doing well, then DeShields can start at center field. But if not, then Taveras can start at center field, and then you could still have DeShields as a good fourth outfielder on the bench, because I think this Rangers organization and active roster lacks some outfield depth. I really want to hear what you guys have to say about this signing. It's not a super major deal like a David Dahl signing or a Lance Lynn trade, but this still adds depth to the roster. I also want to inform you that the Texas Rangers have posted their non-roster invitee list for the 2021 spring training, and there's some interesting names, and there's some names that were left off that I want to show you guys. So reading off this list from my phone, the non-roster invitee list, let's just start with the pitchers. They invited Drew Anderson, Justin Anderson, Jason Barr. We got him back in the Giants trade back in 2017. Matt Bush, we all know him. He was our closer for a little bit. He pitched in the playoff game against the Blue Jays. Jarrell Cotton, we signed him to a minor league deal. He played for the A's. That was his last team. Jake Latz, we drafted him in 2017. For Neri Ozuna, he's an interesting guy. We got him from the D-backs. He was a D-backs farmhand. He was a second baseman. We converted him to a pitcher. Now he's reaching triple digits. Alex Spees, another guy who reaches triple digits. Cole Winn, our first-round pick in 2018. And Hunter Wood, another guy we brought in on a minor league deal. Going to the catchers, we have Drew Brutera. We signed him on a minor league deal. And then Matt Watley, I'm pretty sure we drafted him in the third round back in 2017. Going to the infield, we have Charlie Culberson. Last team he played for was the Braves. We signed him to a minor league deal, and I think he has a good shot to make the roster, maybe at third base, maybe as a utility bench guy, but I think he is definitely somebody to keep an eye on. Next, we have Yani Hernandez. He's one of our top prospects. Andy Ibanez, a former top prospect who's stuck in the Rangers farm system for a while. Then, of course, we have Josh Young, our current top prospect. Probably get his call-up around the All-Star break. We have Curtis Terry and Davis Wenzel. We drafted Davis Wenzel in the compensation round back in 2019. And then moving to our outfielders, we have Jason Martin. We signed him to a minor league deal this year. Bubba Thompson, our former first-round pick in 2017. And then Steele Walker, the outfielder we got in the Nomar Mazara trade. One interesting name I thought that the Rangers left off this list was Justin Foskey, our first-round pick in the 2020 draft. This is because he was our first-round pick, and we want to develop him. He's the future for the team, and he didn't get to play at all in 2020. And so you think that the Rangers would want to get him some valuable at-bats. However, the Rangers obviously have some other plan in mind. But yeah, so I just wanted to get all that information out to you guys. But yeah, there's always going to be some sneaky players in spring training. Back in 2018, it was Yani Santana. We signed him to a minor league contract, and then he ended up being the Rangers Player of the Year. So it's not always the big acquisitions that build a club, like a Trevor Bauer signing or a Lance Lynn trade. Maybe it's some of the smaller signings, like a Danny Santana acquisition. Or even, I think it was the same offseason, the Rangers signed Rafael Montero to a minor league contract. He ended up to be a solid reliever for the Rangers, and now we were able to trade him for a top 30 prospect in Jose Corniel from the Mariners. So yeah, who do you think is going to be a breakout candidate in spring training? That's a non-roster invitee, one of the ones I just listed for you guys. And with that being said, thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and if you have any Rangers fans that want to see this content, share it to them. I'd really appreciate that, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.